What is up, YouTube? This is your boy, A-Bit. I hope everyone has had an amazing week. I hope it's been stellar. Mine has been extremely busy with work. That's why I got this video up a little bit later than I usually, or was hoping to have it up by. But no worries, here it is now, so that's good. Winter is around the corner, guys, so that kind of sucks. Snow's okay. I've got my dog sled and my dog team ready to go for that crazy Canadian winter. No complaints though, because this time of year means one thing for me, and that is new video games. I mean, come on, we've got Battlefront, Mafia 3, Need for Speed, Guitar Hero, Uncharted Remastered actually comes out in October, so that's really close. And then Uncharted 4, but that's more of a 2016 launch, I guess. Rainbow Six, the beta's coming out soon here in September, and of course Taken King for Destiny. So let's just say I've got a lot of content to kind of go through coming up in the next couple of weeks, and of course the next couple of months. Now, one game franchise I have been following literally since I was a kid. My dad brought the demo for me on PC way back in the day, and that's Call of Duty. Now, I could have easily covered Black Ops 3. I mean, the beta just ended last week for Xbox One and PC, and PS4 the week before that. I had a blast playing that game. Really excited to see what's going to be happening there. But I didn't want to make a video for that. I want to go down the path less trodden. So with that being said, go check out my good friend JMG2930. He made a quick breakdown of the Black Ops 3 beta on the PS4. Really great short informational video. I believe he goes through either 3 or 5 of the things that he really liked about it, things that we could hopefully be expecting when the full game launches, and it's just nice to hear his opinion. So if you guys want to show him some love, I will put a link to his video in the description below. But yeah, without further ado, let's dive right into this. And this topic, of course, is COD Remastered. Not a lot of new information around this topic. What really is happening there? No one really knows. So that is a really big question everyone's been asking. I know myself personally, as well as the friends I play with, mostly on a daily basis. And of course, Call of Duty enthusiasts, anyone that I know loves Call of Duty, I ask them that question, and it's always nice to hear opinions. So what is my opinion? Call of Duty Ghost, I really liked it. I was excited for Advanced Warfare, and then when Advanced Warfare came out, I thought it was complete and total boo-boo, in my opinion. Now, I totally understand what they were trying to do. Exo boosts, change up the movements, the gameplay mechanics, with the multiplayer and the single player. I really enjoyed the guns. The variants in the multiplayer were kind of cool. That's the first time I think that's ever been utilized in a COD game. Kind of made me feel like a collector. It felt nice getting those legendary and those elite weapons. Wasn't a fan of the new styles of zombies. I hate to break it to you there, Sledgehammer, but you guys are no Treyarch when it comes to that. All in all, I think Advanced Warfare was unique, not a traditional unique. For me, I love the classic feel of COD games. Even now, as you can see in this COD gameplay, I went back and played some Ghosts after not playing it for so long. It just feels awesome. So that made me wonder, what is Infinity Ward's next game? What is Infinity Ward's next game going to be? So I went and did some research, a little bit of the facts that I know about. So I went and grabbed this information for you guys so I can give you my opinion at the end of it. So let's get into the first fact. So fact number 1, first give you a little bit of a background here. How excited were Xbox fans when Microsoft declared backwards compatibility? They were probably ecstatic. I know that if I was a huge Xbox player, I play Xbox, but I'm not really a huge fan for it, I would definitely be rejoicing. The first thing I actually thought of was going back and playing COD 4 on next gen. Now, I don't know if, having backwards compatibility, if online servers would actually work with that or not, but still, it played in my mind. Here's the tough deal, though. Activision is sharing such amazing success with PlayStation. Come on, look at Destiny. And now that they have COD exclusive rights with Sony, so that means DLC content early, y'all, they are ramping up for some big success. Now, I don't know how that's going to work within the 3-year dev cycle, so that's more of a wait and see. But really, let's bring up this one fact, this one contributing fact that will lead to my overall opinion. Activision has declined to be one of the developers, for backwards compatibility. Microsoft released the list of developers that are embarking on this adventure, I guess you could call it, and Activision was not one of them. They have declined. Why? Kind of brings up a big question. Could it be because now they've, signed exclusive rights with Sony? Could it be maybe they just don't want to have backwards compatibility for their old Activision published games? I think this has to do with Call of Duty. Call of Duty is probably, their bread and butter. This is their main game that they've published over the years. So the fact that they don't want to have backwards compatibility on a next-gen console kind of sends up a little bit of a red flag in a good way. Not a bad way, in a good way. So that's fact number 1 to keep in mind as we move on. So, fact number 2. Remember that big issue really, back in 2010 when 35 to 40 employees left Infinity Ward and tried to sue them over unpaid bonuses. Now this happened shortly after the co-founders Jason West and Vince Zampella of Infinity Ward. They were fired. This led to a siege of employees, many of them original members that helped create the COD 4 and Modern Warfare 2 games, which were 2 of the biggest games in Infinity Ward's history as a game developer. Now, these employees pushed forward lawsuits claiming unpaid bonuses. I don't really remember what happened in the end, but at that point, a lot of high-level talent had moved on away from Infinity Ward. Jason and Vince actually formed Titanfall developer Respawn Entertainment, which was pretty successful with the Titanfall game, and along with them, they brought the man of the hour, I guess, Mr. Todd Alderman. Now, the reason why this guy is so profound is because Todd was a multiplayer designer for COD 4 and Modern Warfare 2. Now that we know the history, let's give you what Todd Alderman is up to now. He has just accepted a position at Infinity Ward as Project Multiplayer Director. This is huge. The guy who he hasn't created that Call of Duty feel, but he was definitely one of the main guys who helped make Call of Duty that 3-lane, fast-paced, the real deal, the real feel that makes us love those classic COD games. He was one of the guys who helped that out. So the fact that this guy is now back at Infinity Ward, and Infinity Ward has taken him back into their arms, it's really quite interesting to see. Todd Alderman actually had quoted that he was super excited to be back at Infinity Ward and to see so much young, new talent there. It's really exciting, and he was actually quoted as saying that he's really excited to be working on the next project. What that next project is, I don't know, right? So it could be a remastered COD. I mean, come on, Todd Alderman is back in the building. So that is fact number 2. So, fact number 3, a while back, I believe in April, Activision CEO Eric Hirschberg was asked if we could see any chance of a COD remastered comeback or possibility anytime soon. When asked that, he said, and quote, "If done well, I think remastered being that topic, these can be great. You talk about nostalgia, and people have such connection to the games they love from the last cycle. They want to see what it would look like if someone did it right for this cycle." So I just want to point that out. If someone did it right for this cycle, keep that in mind. We need everybody we can get to make the content we're already committed to for our games. It's always a matter of finding great people to do this work. I would love to play Modern Warfare 1 or the original Black Ops on the new consoles. There's certainly a deep well there. No announcements, but it's something we talk and think about a lot. So, opportunity cost, I think, is definitely one of the main things I want to point out. They have to be able to have a reason and a cause as well as a return on investment. If they're going to be dumping money into these remastered CODs, there has to be a demand for it. I think there is. I believe there was a petition that was sent around that got roughly around 120,000, 150,000 people that signed it. So, you multiply that by $80 and that's a lot of moolah. The other thing I want to point out is find the right people to do this. It makes me kind of LOL a little bit because Todd Alderman is back with Infinity Ward. Who else better to help with the transition of some of the biggest, most successful CODs in history than one of the original multiplayer designers? And yes, I say multiplayer designers because COD games don't last based on their campaigns alone. Don't get me wrong, campaigns are awesome. I've played them all except Black Ops 2. Just couldn't finish it, didn't like it. All the other campaigns were great. Even Advanced Warfare, I think, had a great campaign. I love playing the Advanced Warfare campaign. Anyways, I don't want to get off track. It's just interesting, that the CEO of Activision has acknowledged the possibility of this, and just the fact that Infinity Ward now has Todd Alderman, and now they're saying, oh, we need the right people to do it. Kind of a big step in the right direction. So that is fact number 3. So that brings us up to the 4th and final fact. This fact is not directly related to the support, of my opinion, of a COD remastered next year. in a small way, it's some good news at the same time. So let me just say COD Ghost was great. I thought the storyline was amazing. Cough, cough, huge cliffhanger. People who haven't played it, go and pick it up for 10, 15 bucks at your local Best Buy or GameStop. Play the campaign. I won't say you won't be disappointed, but I thought it was pretty good. Now, there are two things here that could completely destroy my thought process on this whole COD Remastered opinion. But, I'm going to talk about it anyways. The multiplayer for Ghosts was deemed terrible because of three things. Map size, frame rate lag. I mean, after all, this COD was ported from last gen to next gen, so there's going to be some problems there. And a lot of people called this a Modern Warfare 3 DLC. I personally love Ghosts. It was fun, fast-paced in certain maps, and it had the classic 3-lane map design. Sorry, Advanced Warfare, you kind of dropped the ball on that one. Now, everyone knows that a second installment of COD Ghosts is most likely to happen, even though COD Ghosts was one of the lowest selling CODs in history, and it never really took off in the competitive scene. And there were complaints everywhere, left, right, and center. Now, this is where I have a slight buzzkill towards a remastered COD in 2016. Todd Alderman, you are a terribly talented son of a bitch, and I mean that in a perfectly good way. COD Ghosts as Infinity Ward's next installment could be great now that they have a guy who understands that classic multiplayer scenario. COD 4 still sells copies to this date. Modern Warfare 2 is probably one of the most revolutionary multiplayer experiences in a COD game. Just in those games, those maps are fluid, beautiful, and just exciting to play on. I remember getting home from school and running straight to my PC, and then I started playing PS3 later on, but I used to stay up late playing those games on a Friday night. I used to sneak downstairs when the parents fell asleep. Those games made me do that. I mean, just sitting in an in-game lobby gave me so much excitement. So does that mean Infinity Ward is going to take what they know is successful in those past games and make it into a COD Ghost number 2 that will make me want to play COD religiously again? I don't know. That is where my dilemma is. I really want a remastered game, but in Infinity Ward's next launch for 2016, is it going to be a remastered COD, or is it going to be a COD Ghost number 2? So let's just quickly go over these facts. Fact number 1, Microsoft has released that developer paperwork, and Activision is not on board with having backwards compatibility games for the Xbox One, so that's fact number 1. Fact number 2, Todd Alderman is back with Infinity Ward. Huge kudos to him. Super excited to see what's going to happen there, if it's remastered or COD Ghost 2. And fact 3, which is pushing it more towards, I'm pretty sure we're going to see a remastered COD eventually, is the fact that Activision CEO Eric Hirschberg has it on his radar. So now it's just a waiting game, really. Unless some new information comes out within the ether within the next couple of weeks to the next couple of months. I don't know, Black Ops 3 is going to be launching in November, so I think a lot of the attention is going to be focused on Treyarch. But hey, if any new information comes in, I'm definitely going to make sure that I post it up for you guys. So you know what? Leave me a comment. Tell me what you think. Give me an opinion. I want to start a discussion here. I want to know what everyone else is thinking. If you don't agree with me, then tell me that as well. Give me a thumbs up, give me a thumbs down, whatever it is you guys want to do. Like, subscribe, send me a carrier pigeon message. I know I said that in my previous video. That is probably one of the most outdated ways to send me something, so actually don't do that. I'll probably won't get it. But yeah, tell me what you guys think. I'm really excited to see what's going to be happening with the next cycle, as well as all the new games that are going to be coming out. And as always, you guys stay sexy, and I'll talk to you guys later.